On November 21st, this month, U.S. oil sanctions on Russia's two largest producers of oil, Lukoil and Rosneft, are going to kick in. And the announcement of this a little while ago has already resulted in a tapering of oil purchases from India and China, which are the two largest purchasers of Russian crude oil. In the meantime, India's oil imports from the United States have actually surged this year. So it's over $8 billion in the first 8 to 10 months of this year. And on Monday, just a few days ago, we had a new gas deal signed between India and the United States. So the US is committed to providing 10% of India's LPG needs for next year in 2026. It's clearly meant to do a couple of things. One is to exert leverage on Russia to bring them to the Putin to negotiating table on a ceasefire in Ukraine, and also give legislative cover to the president to apply tariffs on countries, which is something that's been thrown into question by a possible decision next year by the Supreme Court. Are these credible threats? Because I think one thing is if it's worded in a way that is sort of 500% tariffs on any entity that does any kind of business with Russia, I think a lot of people are going to call bluff on that. So I think that the credibility of those threats is an open question. The other thing that I think a lot of people are not really paying attention to in Washington is what could the second order effects of some of these sanctions be. It could adversely affect U.S. exports. It could cause inflation at home. It could cause global energy volatility. And it doesn't really address the sort of global energy production shortfalls because there are also sanctions in place on Iran, Venezuela. So it's not solving some of the longer term problems.